Okay. All right, guys, we are live and welcome to the Gamers Realm podcast. My name is Mr. Switch, and I'm accompanied by my fellow hosts. We got Chichuki,
Yo, what is up, everybody?
we got Ryan,
Hey, how's everyone doing tonight?
we got KOTETSU,
Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks for having me here.
and we have our new member of the Gamers Realm podcast. We got AWAKENBAKON. What's going on, dude?
Hey, what's up, everybody?
So let's get right to the nitty gritty and let's find out more about you. So give us an insight of your gaming life story.
Oh man, my gaming life story starts at birth. I mean, for real, you know. My parents had an Atari 2600 in 77, which is, you know, when I was born. And about 80, I started figuring out how to play that thing. And, you know, it went from there. I never left. I never stopped. You know, it's been a passion of mine all my life. It's something that I do. I would say that, you know, especially in the 80s and 90s, it was something that set you apart from what was the norm, you know. And as time went on, especially now in the past 15 years or something, it's just been the norm, you know. People who used to, you know, say, oh, you play video games? What are those? You know, and I'm talking, you know, when I was a kid, you know, because kids are mean, you know, you're in grade school and whatnot, you know, it's like, oh, what's that? You know, so I've been playing games. My parents were gamers, you know, if you can believe that. But, you know, absolutely just fans of gaming and the experience. I've always been a fan of narrative games, you know, so in a way that even back in Atari 2600 days, my earliest memories is Adventure and Pitfall, because those were two games that existed that you could actually at least make a story up for, you know, or see something. You know, you guys remember Adventure on 2600?
Yeah.
I got a copy.
Oh,
Nope,
yeah.
I'm not. I don't remember that. I'm
You're too young.
I'm a late 80s, early 90s baby.
Okay. All right.
So
Well, this was early 80s, I guess, like 82 or something. Did you ever see the movie Ready Player One? Or
yeah.
okay, the game that they had to play to crack the code.
Oh, I got
Adventure.
you.
Yeah,
I got you.
and so you were opening, gathering keys, fighting dragons that look like ostriches.
Mhm.
You know, opening gates, going through castles, you know, stuff like that. And then, of course, Pitfall was, you know, you could make up a story for that, you know. So I've always been a fan of those. Started there, you know, started playing NES. Got one of those in 87, 88, something like that. One of my favorite games on that was Rygar. Anybody ever played Rygar?
I know Rygar, yeah.
Oh man, that was like the first game that I stayed up all night long, where my parents were like coming in at 3-4 o'clock in the morning going, go to bed. What are you doing? It's like, oh, you can't save. I didn't even know that was an option back then. You know, it's like pause it for, you know, 8 hours, but that's about the best I could do. And it was a rental, you know, so I had to get that done. You know, stuff like that. So, and then it went on from there. You know, I never stopped. I was always into the culture and the look of what was new and what was going on. So, I mean, when you ask me what my favorite game is, it really goes by generation, because, you know, every generation was a step up from the next, you know. So if you start at, say, PlayStation, where let's say my favorite game on PlayStation was Resident Evil, which kind of started my whole survival horror trip. You know, I've really been into that for the longest of times. You know, Resident Evil, Silent Hill, you know, you can go back to Sega Genesis, Splatterhouse.
Oh,
Yeah, I know Splatterhouse.
Yeah, great game, and stuff like that. So I've always been into it, and you know, met up with Mr. Switch, and we were talking about it earlier, and here I am. You know,
So good to have you here, man.
Thanks.
Let's go straight to it. I mean, as we go through, you can let us know more about yourself. We'll get to know you as the next streams move on forward. Let's see. What is it, if you don't have a number one, give us a top 5 favorite game of all time.
Oh man, that is a good question. And I thought about this for a minute. You know, you really got to go with. I'm going to go with Chrono Trigger.
Whoa.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank
Oh
you.
man.
Another Chrono
we
Trigger
need,
fan.
we need another one.
Thank you. We don't have enough Chrono Trigger fans in the world. Like seriously. Everyone's
Chrono
Final
Trigger,
Fantasy. Forget that Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross was kind of crap.
Yeah.
It just wasn't the same. But Chrono Trigger for Super Nintendo. Favorite game of all time. What really started it for me, I guess, and been like, oh, check this out, Metroid.
Metroid, which one?
Okay.
I mean, I'd have to go with the NES, but Super Metroid.
Oh, Super Metroid.
We'll go with Super Nintendo. We'll go with that. And then I got to give it to Resident Evil too. You know, I've played every Resident Evil game that, you know, comes to my current, you know, games that I play. That, you know, the Night of the Dead is a new game. It's on Steam. You know, it's kind of where I'm at right now is Xbox and PC games. My Steam library is redunculous because I'm always like, ooh, what's this? Ooh, what's this? You know, and you think back on the time when a game was released, you know, you'd get the magazine and you'd look at it and you see the news, you'd be like, oh, that's coming out this such and such and date, you know, and it's like, I'm waiting for that particular thing. But now you can go through, you know, the Epic and Steam launchers and the indie games that are on the stores on Switch and all of them, all the virtual consoles. And you can pick out anything from a AAA game to an indie game. And some of those indie games are really good. You know, especially in narrative driven, you know, type games that you can get into, you know, that are $20.
Yeah, I got one for you to look up. Ricky and Vicky. Look that one up.
Ricky and Vicky, I will.
Yeah, look that one up. You'll like it.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy too? Like you mentioned the fact that, you know, how accessible information with games are now than they were before. I was talking to a friend, he's actually in chat, Cliff. We're talking about, you know, remember how we used to get the what was it, Nintendo Power magazines, or there was another one, it was like Game Electronics something
Game Pro and Electronic
Gaming. Yeah. You have to like get those and you will like just flip them and you're like, oh man, this game looks awesome. And even though if you're like a kid, you don't read all the, you know, the interviews, you just look at the pictures and you see like the date and when it's coming out, you're like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be cool. Now it's just like, yo man, like you said, you go on Steam or you go on PSN and you just look, and you have YouTube now that gives us a lot of the visual aspect of everything and how everything looks. So you're 100% right on that.
So you can see it before you buy it and discover something that you know, Markiplier plays something. And you're like, oh, let me check that out.
Yeah. You know? I'm still a guy who's like, yo, give me a demo. And it's so hard to look at. For me, it's so hard to kind of, you have to really, really do a really good job. And for me to just say, or have me really curious to say, I'm just going to buy it and just not even like try it or anything like that. Like you have to really, really get, because there's some games I'm like, I really want to get my hands on it and see how it feels, and then I'll kind of make my decision. But then there's some games like Watch Dogs Legion, Spider-Man, the Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I'm just like, yo, I'm just gonna buy it. I'm just gonna, because it looks good, I'm just gonna buy it.
I haven't thought about it before, but the commercials really got me hyped up for it.
Yeah, like Watch Dogs Legion, I did not care anything for it, but then when I actually watched what that game was and what you can do, I'm like, okay, yeah, you guys sold me. It's very rare that games just sell me like that right away.
Yeah. So you can go into, back to the magazines. You know, when you got I got EGM for like 6 years. You know, and straight there for a while. So you thumb through that, and you not only you find out the games, but that's where you found out your walkthrough information.
Yep,
you know, where you had like a map, you know, and stuff like that. When I was younger, I would take that stuff, and I had like one of those 3-ring binders with the little sleeve protector things, the page protectors, plastic folder things, and I would rip out the walkthroughs and the guides for Chrono Trigger specifically. I remember. and I would make little books out of them so I can just go through and flip through those.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, indie games are great. That's so currently I'm playing Night of the Dead, which is kind of a neat little, the zombie genre is a little old. It's a little worn. I'm not going to say old, but kind of worn. There's a lot of games out there that's like, oh, you're fighting zombies. Night of the Dead is a neat little tower defense survival hybrid. So it's not exactly survival and it's not exactly tower defense, but it's kind of the best of both worlds. It's really something to check out.
Okay, so let's see. Anyone got any main topics right now for us to go through? Do you have anything, Awaken or KOTETSU, Ryan, CHICHUKI? Anyone got something right now they want to just go straight to?
I wanted to ask you, Switch, your experience with the Retro Pie.
The Retro Pie. I made a video on that, but yeah, I could definitely tell you. The Retro Pie that you sent me. Give me a sec. I think I got it right here.
I actually saw that video. That's actually something that's really interesting. Like you said that everything is like full res on your TV, like nothing's like, dumbed down or, like how it's the original resolution. It's like, it looks like it's full res on your TV, which is really nice.
Yeah, the Retro Pie, it was, it's connected to a Xbox controller. And this is, before a couple of years ago, I honestly didn't know what it was. And of course, meeting up with Ryan a few times, he basically gave me my first one. So I have, could you give me an explanation real quick, Ryan, of everything it has in here?
Oh my God. I stuffed that thing. It's a 128 gig SD card in there, but I loaded it with arcade, Sega Master, Sega Genesis, 32X, Sega CD, Nintendo, Famicom, Super Nintendo, Neo Geo, PC, Classic, PC Engine, Vectrex, ColecoVision. I can keep going. Atari 2600, 5200, 7800, Atari Lynx. We can keep going, and it's loaded with intros to the game. No, that one I did just the I think images to the cartridges on that one. Save a little bit of space, but it is loaded with stuff. So that this way now Switch can go on Twitch and maybe stream a couple games.
Yeah, I was playing anything from Donkey Kong 64 all the way to my first game I ever played in my life. I finally got to play after so many years was Battlezone. I was like, oh my Lord, man, the music and everything just like
I remember that game.
It was amazing, an amazing experience. I can go back to a lot of those big games that I started off with. I remember playing with the stick and then the button, but I was just so little and I wasn't really good at it. And now I'm just like, I'm still not good at it now, but I'm still trying to like get better at it. And I can finally go back to that. So that's the good thing about a Raspberry Pi. It sounds very delicious, but doesn't look delicious, but either way, it's just I don't know, it's cool. And then we were trying the cables for the Super Nintendo that I have. Like I got a Super Nintendo, an original one from Ryan, and he gave me these cables. I got one from Walmart and I played it, and you got like it's just fuzzy, blurry, like a green line goes across the screen. But once I tried the extreme HD cord that Ryan gave me, it showed the differences and it was bigger and better. But then I tried the next one. What's the next one from?
The level hike.
The level hike
that
one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, it blew me away. It was just much better experience, and it was just really cool just for it to be, for me to see the differences. And Ryan says there's even better than that. I'm still
because that's the crap I gave you too. That's the best part. I just wanted you to go from one step to the next, and then I'm gonna hit you up with one of these bad boys real soon. And this is gonna you're gonna fall in love and like you'll never go back.
I'm gonna pop in on Zachary Hendricks real fast and I'm gonna get him in. Give me a sec.
Okay.
Get him in. Zachary Hendricks is actually a Nintendo. I had him before on the channel. Nintendo World Champion.
Yeah.
He's cool. I'm gonna just keep talking. He'll jump in when he's ready.
I think I met him once.
He lives like maybe a few hours from me and Ryan.
Yeah, I think one year he was at E3. One of the years I went, and I think I ran into him because I think I have a card from him somewhere in here. I think it was 2017. I ran into him. Yeah, I think
Zach, can you hear us?
One of the
Yes,
years.
I can. I just got my audio on.
We're
Can
just
you hear
talking
me?
shit about you right now.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, that's a
Zach,
good memory.
real quick, Zach. As we're jumping into
Oh yeah,
this,
he got the graphic and everything. Yo, that's dope.
Yeah.
give us a quick insight about you, Zach, real quick, since you're in here for the first time.
Oh, sure thing. So I run the channel The Young Cavs on YouTube. It formerly was Mason of Delfino. Thankfully, Mason let me take over that when he didn't want to abandon his audience. You know, he didn't want to. He built this community over the years. I appeared on the channel a few times before, so we made it happen, and there was that rebrand there. So that's really awesome of him to help me out that way, and trust me with his community like that. We've had the channel for about a year, but 2020 has been a year, so not too much has actually happened. But in 2010, I won the Wii Games Summer 2010 National Championships. It is the first competition that Nintendo hosted since PowerFest 94, and then the last one up until the World Championships 2015. It is maybe the biggest competition Nintendo's ever hosted. Maybe not. We've been trying to figure that stuff out. I don't want to spit false facts. I think it is the biggest, but I'm just really lucky to be in the position I'm in with that thing. I found out about that when I was at Six Flags Great America, where they had it. I wouldn't have met Mason if it wasn't for that. So I wouldn't have had this YouTube channel. I wouldn't have been able to make my Twitter account, because the only reason I made that was because I was on Nintendo Wire's St. Jude charity stream. And when I made that Twitter account, that's the only reason I was able to end up getting into voiceover, because I found out about a voiceover competition and did really good. So
cool.
All because of chance and the love of Nintendo. I'm like living the life that I could not have dreamed when I was a little kid. So,
but you're also a voice actor.
Yes.
Come on, give us something.
I mean, most of my stuff right now, I haven't been in any video games yet or cartoons. It's mostly old ebooks. One I read was The Sheriff of Siskiyou, and that's from like 1878. So that was an extremely boring read, if I'm being honest.
He's got a lot of good stuff, man. I appreciate you coming down.
Yeah,
thanks for inviting. I know you were. I was talking to you recently, and I'm just gonna pop him in and let's just have a big blast today. But yeah, favorite game of all time.
Oh man, probably okay. I'm gonna say game series if that's cheating.
That's fine.
The Kingdom Hearts series is probably where I invested the most amount of play time.
Yeah,
either that or the Mario Kart series.
I have like, I love Kingdom Hearts, but I think Kingdom Hearts 3 was very controversial for me. Like Kingdom Hearts 3 on was just like kind of controversial just because of what they're kind of doing with it now. And I'm just like, okay, I get you're trying to keep it going, and I'm probably sure everyone who was a Kingdom Hearts fan thought that Kingdom Hearts 3 was like the last game that was going to happen because there's so much build up to it.
So much build up.
Yeah, it was so much build up to it. And then once you finish it, you're like, wait, there's more. And then you're just like, ugh. And if you know how Square Enix does their games, like, yeah, we're going to wait another 10 years before we get another game for us.
Then it's like that. Did you see that Melody of a Memory game that just came out for the Switch? That rhythm game?
Please don't
so
get me started
did
on
you
that.
know? Did you know that game is canon? Like there is story at the end of that game.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
why I was.
what?
Yeah,
like this little rhythm beat game like continues the story.
I was hanging out with some. I was on Discord with some friends, and we were kind of talking about it. I'm like, I'm not gonna play it, but I just want to see what the cutscene is. So I went on YouTube, of course, and I saw it, and I was like, wait a second. So the way the trailers made it, they looked like they were gonna make it like it was gonna be, hey, you get this rhythm game plus you get another whatever with Kyrie, and I'm like, oh, okay, but I'm like, I'm not gonna buy it just so I can play the Kyrie stuff. So when I was watching it, I was like, wait a second. So all that crap you put in your trailer is just an end cutscene at the end of the game? I'm like, wow, I can't believe you guys even tried to do that, and people probably bought it.
100%.
When did that
Oh
game?
my
When did that game
gosh.
come out?
But,
a
like,
week ago?
A week ago?
A week ago?
I think
Oh my
so.
god! I didn't even
Yeah.
know about that.
Yeah, like everyone, like a lot of people, are like, yeah, we get a Kingdom Hearts game for the Switch. I'm like, I guess you get a Kingdom Hearts game for the Switch, I guess.
And it's like
You-
$50, but it really should be like, it should be honestly 30 at the most.
Yeah, that's a $30 game, 100%. That's a 30. But of course, you know, and I don't think it's even Square. You know, I think it's just Disney just trying to make money.
Is it good?
It's just
Probably.
Disney.
Yeah.
Trying to make
I
money.
had to get Mulan for like what, $40 or $30?
You
Yeah.
bought Mulan? Are you
I did.
The live action movie?
I did.
Oh,
yeah.
No
And
regrets
AK
though, right?
Major regrets. That movie was horrible, man.
Oh my
I was like, this is
gosh.
gonna be great. This is gonna be great. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
stop there. With that one.
Did you guys play for Kingdom Hearts 3? Did you get that DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
It's best part of the game.
I was
let's
so
see.
mad about that.
Kotetsu, let's get a little bit. I wanted to make sure I recognize this.
Mhm.
Hold on. Tell us more about your podcast that you got going on. I got your podcast link in the description as well as everyone else's.
So it's, you know, we started it, me and Cliff, we started it. I think he's still in the chat. We started it in January. Like he hit me up and he was like, yeah, man, I have like this idea for a podcast. I'm trying to do it this way, but I want to ask you want to do it? I'm like 100%. I've never done podcasting before. And I was like, yeah, I'm down for it. You know, the opportunity to do it. And it was like, ever since then, I fell in love with it. You know, like any chance I get to do a podcast, I'm like, I'm there. You know, I even like restructured my channel so I can just cover like news and stuff because I just love talking about games and just anything with gaming. And ours is mainly focused around Nintendo stuff. So we have like a couple of episodes. Like Zach said, 2020 has been a year for everybody.
Oh yeah.
You know, like some people took advantage of it. Some people were just like, this kind of jacked up everybody's mood to like do anything. But
I just really kept doing the same thing I've always been doing.
Yeah,
really changed.
and so like we have one. We're gonna be doing another one tomorrow where we're gonna be talking about Age of Calamity, just giving our fair points about it, about the game itself, and yeah. So that's I say I've learned a lot by just doing that podcast, and we've grown. Just, you know, like our first episode was 4 hours long, and then we're like, yeah, we can't do that anymore because it's too freaking long and it's recorded. And then we cut it down to 2, and then it's like an hour and a half, and we try to keep it, you know, nice and small. But you know, it's fun. We try to have as many people. We try to get people on there whenever we can. So
That's good. That's good. I wanted to make sure that we have some recognition there for everyone who's on the podcast right now. Everyone's links to their channels, to Twitter, it's all there. I wanted to make sure everyone was there. Even Awaken Bacon, our new guy here on the podcast. Everything from his Twitch to his YouTube, it's all there. I was gonna do that with the young cows, but he's got it all right there in front of us. You know, so I'm gonna do it anyways. So I'm gonna still put that information because he was present. I wanted to make sure real quick that I recognize the INTELLIVISION because I got the shirt.
I want that.
I got the shirt by Phil Adams, who we had previously. He's also in the description. There's a lot more about that information. Also, INTELLIVISION AMICO, the new retro system coming out in April. So I'm trying to make sure I keep on pushing that too, and I hope to get some more shirts, you know, and things like that. And maybe for the crew, I will talk to him. But I want to make sure I recognize those guys too for being awesome.
Yeah, I definitely want to order that from him as soon as you can.
I'll talk to him. I'll talk to him about getting everyone t-shirts and stuff like that. So he wants us to send one INTELLIVISION AMICO 1 too. So either way, so I'll make sure everyone's recognizing a certain spot there. And who wants to go? Awaken, what do you got as for a topic or something you just want to talk about? Bring it up.
I was going to talk about me and myself and how cool I am.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
Yeah,
talk about how cool you are.
That's fine. That's fine.
I watched the Phil Adams video earlier today, by the way.
Okay.
That dude could talk.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
He's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
that
wish
was
we
like
could have had him for a couple more hours.
dude,
Yeah.
he talked so well. I wanted to buy 2 consoles from him after he was done. I was like, I'm hooked.
Yeah,
I'll
he
buy
had me sold. I was like,
Yeah, I'm
can
like,
I
I'm
buy
done.
something from you?
$10 game done.
I want to play that new Earthworm Jim, So
Yeah.
Yeah, is that going to be on the Miko?
yeah, the only there you
That's
can
what
only
he
find
said.
it there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
that
eventually
totally.
bring it out.
That was the first time I heard about it. I'm totally interested in it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's badass, dude. It's nice.
Yeah, I might pick that up. And the whole couch co-op concept. What an
Mhm.
idea, right? I mean, it used to kind of be what everybody did, and then the internet happened, and it got all over the place. And now you don't need it, but I miss that. I miss
Yeah,
that
right.
so much. But earlier I was talking about, I kind of went straight into what I do, what my interests are, but as far as everybody listening and everybody watching, they call me Awaken Bacon on Twitch. I stream on Twitch, Awaken Bacon. You got the YouTube TV or the Awaken Bacon TV, but and I don't know where all you guys are from, but I'm actually, and you might be able to tell from my accent, I'm from the South. I grew up in Kentucky, and about 12 years ago moved to Birmingham, Alabama.
What part of Kentucky?
Ashland, Kentucky. So that's northeast Kentucky, right on the apex of where West Virginia and Ohio kind of meet up. Like I lived right next to the Ohio River, and could cross over to Ohio and West Virginia within 10 to 15 minutes of each other. So I mean, a lot of my jobs and stuff were in other states. It was kind of like Southern Ohio, I guess Western West Virginia, and where I grew up in Kentucky was kind of the same place. Because it was, when you come to, it was kind of a small, it was weird because it was a city, but it was small, but it was close enough to like Cincinnati and Columbus and Huntington and Charleston, West Virginia, the bigger cities, where it was kind of influenced by all that. So you went back and forth and worked in different places, but that's where I grew up. I grew up there till I was almost 30, so, and then I came down here, like I said, about 12 years ago, and did e-fraud investigations for the longest time, which is kind of like a video game in a way, because you're like, okay, when was this purchase made? Who stole the money? It's like a big game of Clue without the murder. Did that for a while, and left there, and because I wanted to get into the animal care business, so I actually was a clinic tech for the local humane society here, which was a nightmare, but so I had to leave there. Oh, it was horrible, dude. Stories. I have so many stories because they made you become they didn't make you, but if you wanted to excel in that business, they make you become a CET.
Okay.
Yeah. And so after a couple of years of that, I had it. And then my wife started making more money at her job. And then I currently, for the past 2 years, have been a stay-at-home dad streaming on Twitch.
That's cool.
The dream.
The dream, man. Money's tight, but I don't. It'd be nice. It'd be nice to do something. It'd be nice to get out of the house every once in a while, for at least a couple hours a week. But no, stay home. We have a 12-year-old daughter, that I don't know when she became 12, but at some point within the past 12 years, she became 12 years old.
I'm telling you, man.
And it just happened, so I drive her around, take her to karate, and pick her up, take her to school. And, when I'm here, I'm streaming, I stream like probably 5 days a week.
Nice.
So that's a little background on me or in my current situation. But
That's awesome, man. It's just kind of, we do what we got to do. And, with me, I got a 1-year-old, he's 1 year and 8 months for Luigi. I got 2 older kids that live with their mom, but with little Luigi, one day he's going to be like 12 too. And I'll be like, dang, where time went. So I got to enjoy every second that I can with him. what time we got. We never know what's gonna happen tomorrow, so we gotta stay safe in these hard times and game it, man. Let's just that's what we're isolated, but we got our games. We got don't forget family before your games. That's what I always say, just kind of thing. And
or you can merge the two together.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, that's what the television AMICO's for.
I have me and my daughter are playing Left 4 Dead, the original Left 4 Dead right now.
Yes, one of the best series ever is the Left 4 Dead series.
What happened? I mean, I love it. 1 came out, 2 came out. What, the year after? Maybe.
Yeah, I think it was a year after. Year after 2 came out, and then we just never heard from Valve again saying, when are we going to get another Left 4 Dead? We keep getting a lot of. If you remember, if you have 2, I think it was like a month ago or 2 months ago, they gave us an update for 2, and we're like, whoa, wait, you guys are still supporting this game? Like, why don't you guys just make a new one or just give us a huge expansion?
Guys, I'm sorry to interrupt, but we got Phil Adams in the house. He's in the live chat to say what's up to Phil.
Yeah, there's my guy.
Oh, hey, what's going on,
Phil?
Phil?
Hey, real quick, man. I'm representing right here, man. Forget. So let's all praise Phil right now.
Yeah.
Oh, Phil.
Phil, my guy.
Welcome to the chat, man. It's always good.
You might got me on 3 now.
So anything about Phil, you even get more information about him in the description. It's there with information about, again, with the television AMICO and Tommy and what they do. So it's just it's a great thing to know that we can help represent other good causes, and I'm very happy to have had him. I hope we can have Phil again. Next time we're gonna set up a 3-hour with you, man. We're just gonna talk
a 3-hour slot.
I'll just talk it, man. Let's just get everything. Don't forget, Phil helped a lot. He did a lot of big things in his life, and helping bring Tetris to America and things like that. So he's got a great story background behind him. So again, I want to thank Phil for the shirt. Phil, I want to talk about what we can do to get some more shirts for the guys here. And if I gotta purchase them, let me know so I can send you some send you some dough, and then we get some more shirts up here. So we'll represent. Zach, where you going? You disappeared?
Oh, just first. I'm still here. I'm just messing with something. I want to represent you a little better.
Again, let's just make sure I'll show again. I love that Running Man thing on here. Guys, look at that.
Pitfall Harry, right?
Huh?
It's Pitfall Harry.
Pitfall Harry.
Yeah, that's right. It's just kind of, man. I'm gonna go back and play that after this watch. I'm gonna want to play Hyrule Warriors, but then I'm gonna be playing that instead because it's so hard with so much backlog that we have. When we want to play something new, but we got to recognize all the classics that we grew up with. So it's just something again that is just incredible. Like Battlezone for me. Do you remember, Chichuki? You remember your oldest game you ever played? First game
I ever played.
Was it Atari?
First game I ever played was my parents' Atari.
Okay, yeah.
And then my first game that I actually remember what was going on was the original Mario Brothers.
Which one?
I get what you just said. I understand what you just said. You're like, just to get what's going on.
It's like, what the hell am I doing? It's like,
I get that 100%. Oh my god!
You're doing more than just moving the stick around and pushing the button and hoping things work out.
Yeah, that's so funny. Oh gosh.
And then with Nintendo, you had the 2 buttons. Then in Super Nintendo, you had the 6 buttons. And they kept adding buttons. So people who started with Nintendo and Atari, once you get to today, and you have a possible of 8 buttons minimum on your controller.
Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, like 8 or 10 if you're including the, options or share or start or whatever on whatever controller you're plus or minus whatever controller you're on. So like 10 buttons.
You had to evolve from that. You had to start out with the 1, go with the 2, and then here we are now with 8, and you always got to keep training yourself to be like, okay, now I have 8 buttons. What can I do with all 8 of these buttons? And plus the joysticks now, the finger sticks are buttons too. So so you guess you can say like 10 to 12 buttons on a controller. What the heck?
Dude, the
worst
worst
guys,
thing
real quick, give me all your sizes of t-shirts and send it, DM that to me so I can DM that to Phil. Okay, guys?
Okay.
Doing that now.
Get everyone so if I can get everyone to be wearing that, that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
So either way, same thing for you, Zach. Everyone just give me your sizes, so and then that way I keep track of that. But I love to support, a good cause, and Phil Adams has got a great one. So all right, guys, let's see. What was I gonna say, Zach? You got yourself a topic just as you just jumped in. Let's go for it. Bring something up.
All right, so
Nice.
shoot, I had a topic and then one of Microsoft's final launch titles for 2020 for the Xbox Series X just got delayed. So there's no big launch titles this year.
What was it? What was it?
I can't think. It was like, I feel like it began with a C. It wasn't one that I planned on playing. So
Did
like,
Halo get pushed back? Halo did?
yeah, Halo got pushed back a little bit ago. So
I gotta-
with the
all right,
one that
now
got
I
pushed
gotta
back
check.
today, if somebody wants to check on that.
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
think
check
Kotetsu's
too.
doing that.
Delay.
But so with the one that got pushed back today, there are now
Looks like
no big launch titles for the Xbox Series X or Series S.
That's,
like-
that's
With
gonna
Game
hurt.
Pass, do you guys feel like that's a big deal with the fact that it's already, people have already played thousands of games on these new generation systems, especially when it comes to being able to stream it to your phone now as well?
For me, like I've always talked about this. Like whenever the concept of the conversation goes there, I always talk about just how cloud gaming is like going to be the thing eventually.
Yeah.
And Game Pass is I think Game Pass is probably one of Microsoft's best features that they've had, because it's like you said, you get a library of games from you can play either on your Xbox One or you can play on your PC. For me, I play it on my PC. So it's like anything that they're like, oh, it's coming out for Xbox. I'm like, okay, eventually they're gonna put it on the Game Pass for PC players, so then they can be able to play it. So I think it's a really good thing to have. And then now I think they're gonna have it backlogged to all the way to the original Xbox stuff, but I think it's gonna be only on their consoles. But I think Game Pass is a good concept of what it means to kind of have access to a full library to something like that, like a full library you can play, like you said, accessibly anywhere.
Yeah, Game Pass is amazing. What is it, like $7.99, something like that?
I think they put, first it was $4.99 for their beta, and then they bumped it up to like $9.99.
That's not
Okay.
bad though.
That's still
Yeah.
not bad
And
because
also you
the-
get Game
Not
Pass Ultimate, which includes PC Game
Mhm.
Pass as well for $15 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't messed with that yet, but I do have the Game Pass, just the regular. And man, it's like you just have this pool of games, retro games, older games that you can go back and just play. Because they got the the original Xbox had what was that game called? It's like a tournament game, kind of like American Gladiators.
Oh, was that like Frenzy something?
Frenzy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fusion
It's like
Frenzy.
Frenzy.
Fusion
yeah.
Frenzy.
Yeah,
Thank
Fusion
you.
Frenzy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on there, and I played a lot of that, back in the day. Back in the day, being the early 2000s, which maybe a long time for some people, but
It's a while back for me.
yeah. I mean, you could just test them out. That's how I got to play like Resident Evil 7. I didn't have to, actually buy it. It's on there,
Mhm.
So. For whatever you're paying a month, because you're paying your Netflix, you're paying, and it's all the same price. So if it kind of works the same way. They put games on, they cycle them off, it's a great idea, especially with things like Steam out as well.
Mhm.
That's kind of their option for that, and all the other virtual consoles. Does PlayStation have something like Game Pass?
They have PlayStation Now,
Mhm.
but it's more of streaming. And going back to the Game Pass, I like the concept of Game Pass because it's like you pay a certain fee a month and you download the game, which is fine. I'll download it as long as I can, I won't have any lag or anything. With PlayStation Now, it's always depending on your internet speed, and they cycle games out once in a while. They do have an option where you can download them, but you have to be on your you have to be on your console to be able to download those PS4 games onto your console. But their first thing is always streaming, and not everything can be downloaded. You can only download the PS4 titles. Everything else you have to stream it, and like I said, it depends on your internet. You know, if it can handle it without lag or anything like that.
Is that how? And maybe nobody can answer this. Is that?
I already know what you're gonna say. I already know what you're gonna say.
Is that how Stadia works?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Stadia is the exact same. I almost bought one twice. The first time I would have had a founder's pass, but then luckily I said, I'm just gonna back out, and I'm glad I did, because I think I would have. I don't want to say I would have wasted 150,
Yeah,
but like.
Yeah, you would.
That thing is the definition of a piece of shit.
And then,
It's that bad? I have no idea. Just, it's like, hey, you.
The only time you see this thing is on old YouTube ads. That for your 5 seconds to say, oh yeah, we're gonna cloud gaming, we're gonna stream gaming. That's like
I think their concept was good. I just think that they didn't account for the fact that not everyone has good internet. They really didn't. I don't think they accounted for that. Their concept was great, because cloud gaming is a thing. But I think where if you don't account for certain people's internet speed, then it's not always gonna be great. And even so, I have a good internet speed, but I think I tried a Immortal Phoenix demo. And it's just a demo. I played it on my laptop, and I'm like, it's horrible res, and I get a little bit of lag, and it kind of takes me away from the game.
Yeah, lag kills everything.
Oh, everything.
Oh man.
So yeah, but I think with Game Pass, I think that's like something that PlayStation or Sony should take. And they even said it, I think earlier today, it said they teased a concept of Game Pass, so we don't know exactly what it is, but we'll see if they do give us something on it.
Well, I know what's cool too, because with Game Pass Ultimate, xCloud does come with that. So being able to play Destiny 2 on my phone and run it and have it run like butter, I've just been so impressed, and have that be, I want to pick up what's it called? It's the Razer Kinji.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Kimji, yeah, it's like a Nintendo Switch looking thing that you put on each side of your phone. But I'm gonna wait until I upgrade my phone before I get that. But yeah, man, I just know, it's like the last generation, Sony just won out of the gate, and Phil Spencer even explained, you have price of the console, and then you have games available at launch that are going to determine, and the generations kind of, whoever won is decided in the first few months.
Right.
If 9 out of 10 of your friends have a PS4 or a PS5 versus an Xbox, and you're trying to decide which one to get, you're going to get the PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just really curious to see if Game Pass is going to be enough to carry Microsoft for not having any real exclusives at launch, any launch exclusives. Oh, the one that got delayed was Crossfire X.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. They delayed that. They kind of hyped that up.
They announced
for a
that
bit.
yesterday or this morning.
That's
it was
what
either
that
last
was.
night or this morning.
I remember they didn't they have like a beta for it, like around when they announced the whole Xbox Series X event thing that they had. I thought they said some kind of beta or something for it to let you play. I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, I know. I haven't even heard of the game until I saw the announcement today.
I'm looking it up right now.
Release for Xbox delayed.
Oh, what? Crossfire? Oh, okay, I guess.
I have no idea. I've never heard of it. I'm looking it up.
Yeah, I heard about it. I actually watched that event, and I'm like, okay. And it's so hard to look at a shooter that's not Call of Duty and like compare it to like Call of Duty. And it's like, oh, this is just Call it like what's the difference between this and Call of Duty?
That's what it looks like.
Like that's just me. Like I played a lot of Call of Duty games, and so the only thing that kind of set for me, like if I look if I look at a game called like Crossfire X or whatever it's called, and look at Call of Duty, I'm like, I don't see any other significant difference between the two,
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like that was one of the reasons why Halo, other than being groundbreaking, the Halo franchise was so successful originally, was because you had Call of Duty realistic shooter versus Halo futuristic shooter. And Halo started becoming more like Call of Duty, and people weren't too big on that, and Call of Duty tried to be a little more like Halo for like 10 minutes and was like, oh no, we're not going to do this. But I think that's one of the reasons why Destiny has been so successful, is because it's something that's genuinely different.
I remember when they first announced it, I thought it was a third person shooter, and then when I actually saw it, I'm like, wait, what? Why is it not that? My cousin was so hyped about it, and I was like, I don't really see anything here. And then I knew it was by Bungie, which was, the company that does Halo. And I remember I had a friend who was like, yo, I have a free beta code if you want. I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. And I once I, loaded it into my PS3, I was like, yo, this game is like, what was I thinking?
Yeah.
I was like, what was I doing knocking this game? And Destiny 2 was like, Destiny 2 is such a great game. And I'm so glad that they're taking it in the direction they're taking it with Destiny 2.
I know Beyond Light just came out a few days ago.
I still have to get that. It's included
with Game Pass, I think.
It is.
Okay. Because I actually have it for Steam, so I'd have to get the Steam version of the DLC. But yeah, I think Destiny is definitely setting the bar for those type of shooter looter or any RPG loot type games, which kind of brings me to the topic of speaking of looters, which is the Marvel Avengers game. Has anyone played or heard about that?
I've heard a lot about it. I watched a video that said how horrible it was.
See, here's my thing. For me, when it first was announced, I was like, yo, we're getting a Marvel game by Square Enix and I can't think of the name of the other developer. It was in my head. But it was a cool concept. We didn't see anything for a while. And then last year, they showed gameplay for it. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, this is the game I was hoping for. We needed a Marvel game like this. And then playing the beta, I loved it. And then I have it. I own the game. And I would say it's had a rough start. And I understand why. The situation we're in now, everyone they don't have access to the stuff they have access to in the office. So then they can continue to do stuff. And, they could have completely, if this didn't happen, if the situation like the whole Corona didn't happen, it would have definitely been a game that would have had everything that we're currently getting. We would have had it all in the first day. Day one patch, you would have gotten it, and it would have been cool. DLCs wouldn't be so delayed. I think that's how it would happen. But since we're in this pandemic and they only can work with what they have, Crystal Dynamics, thank you, whoever posted that, Crystal Dynamics. They're slowly but surely getting it to where they want to. Yesterday, they just announced their new Kate Bishop DLC with Hawkeye, and I'm just like, cool. And I remember I posted every time they post them on Twitter, I'm always supporting it 100% because I truly believe that game will be something that will have a good longevity just because their concept they have, it's just hard to execute it right now.
Should I wait for it?
For Marvel?
Yeah.
I would for
100%.
PS5. For PS5, I would get it for PS5. But yeah, I think that I'd say it's definitely had a rough start, but for sure it's going to be. I think it'll for sure be the game that it was supposed to be at launch. And I'll give an example. If you guys remember the game called Anthem, how hyped that game was, and then when it came out, it was just bad. But it was bad. But then they kind of went in the dark about it. But then they are like, "Yo, we have all the fixes that you guys want," and then the game just gradually became better. People were like, okay, this game is at the point where it should have been at launch. Granted, it was like about a year afterwards. Yeah, like a year afterwards where it started getting better. But the game ended up, and I even went back to it. I was like, okay, yeah, the game is a lot better. Like the loot drops are better. The accessibility is a lot better. I'm not dealing with a whole bunch of stuff. And I think that's where Marvel is at. And especially now because we're in this pandemic, it's going to get to a point where it's going to be where it should have been at launch. And plus all the DLC is free. You're not paying for any DLC. Everything is free. So but I still have faith in the game. I still love the game. I go back to it because I just have, like Mr. Switch said, I have too many games backlogged. So to do that grind, but I still love the game, and I do have faith in that game that it'll be where it needs to be.
And you're still talking about the Marvel game, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted it to be good so bad, but most of what I hear about it is that it's super grindy. You know?
Yeah, that's the only kind of drop. Sometimes I'm just like, I don't feel like grinding for like another half an hour just to get to a point where I can do this. But I'm pretty sure if people keep telling them, like they've been fixed, like anything they hear, like I think there was something in the game where only specific characters can access a certain vault to get this certain loot. And if you weren't using that specific character, you missed out on it. So a lot of people complained about that, and they were like, well, can you do something where we can switch between characters or something? And they just released an update where it was a ping system where if you ping it, say like I'm using Hulk, right? He can't use a freaking computer to open the door. So if I have someone who can use it, I can ping another character or another NPC and say, hey, can you open that? And they'll go over there and they'll do whatever they have to do and they'll open it. And it's like, all right, cool. So people have been complaining, I'll say that. People have been complaining about it and they're like, all right, cool. We need to get on that, and they're getting it fixed. So that kind of shows that they're listening and they're hearing what everyone is saying. So that's one reason why I have faith in it, because they hear what people are saying and they're making those changes to make their game a little bit better.
I was really excited about the Miss Marvel inclusion in it. So that you have your regular Avengers, or most of them anyway, and then you have Miss Marvel, and I almost wanted it to be like Miss Marvel's movie. Like they were just going to do her movie in form of a video game, and then include the rest of the guys, and then the DLC idea was really good. I think it kind of hit that, then kind of missed the mark at the same time. But I mean, future will tell, right?
Yeah, I think as far as the story, it's an incredible story. Like, it's one of those stories where it's like, if people don't know who Miss Marvel is, if they play the game, you'll know who Miss Marvel is. And it's like you said, everyone else are just like co-stars in like her game, because she kind of carries the entire performance. And it was funny because one of the trailers they had, I was in line with one of the guys to see at E3 last year to look at the that private showing of the game, and we were like, yo, that person who's narrating? He was like, yeah. I was like, what? That's Miss Marvel. And he was like, yo, that'll be freaking trippy.
Yes.
Because I'm like, because only people who know not the MCU, but like the Marvel universe, who know Miss Marvel, she's like this huge fangirl. She loves the all the heroes. And when I was listening to it, I was like, yo, what if that's Miss Marvel? He was like, that'd be freaking crazy if it was Miss Marvel in the game. And lo and behold, Miss Marvel is like the main character in the entire game.
Because the MCU people, like people who, because there's a lot of people that are the Marvel universe, the Marvel fans. I used to own a comic book store back in the mid 90s for 2 years. I've always been a comic book fan. I mean, since forever. Up until just recently when the comic book store that was right next to my house closed down. So I was super invested in that. But you have the two groups. You have the people that, love Marvel, comic books, comic book culture, the stories that come out of it. Then you have the people that only know the MCU.
Yeah.
So they have no idea who Miss Marvel is. Nobody knew who Ant-Man was.
Yeah, until but when you mentioned that, it's so funny because I saw the Ant-Man movie and I was like, who the heck is Scott Lang?
Right.
Well, did you know Ant-Man was supposed to be the second MCU movie right after Iron Man originally?
That makes sense.
It was the director, right? They had the
yeah, they had a shoot.
Oh, what's his name?
I literally have it. I'm making Marvel trivia because I'm trying to do this fundraiser.
He made the Shaun of the Dead and
God, now I gotta look it up. Thank you guys. Yes, look it up.
He made Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yeah. You said director, right?
He was the director, yeah. When you say it, I'm gonna be like, oh man.
Edgar Wright.
Edgar
Wright was supposed to direct.
Yeah, so they had writes and rewrites, and they didn't like his script. He tried to make it too funny. Of course, you know, he's a smart, funny guy. I don't think it would have been bad, but it wasn't what Marvel wanted. But they went through like, what was it, Zach? Like a year and a half of rewrites before they.
That's crazy.
They went through. You know, it was supposed to come out in 2009, 2008, and it didn't come out until what? 2015.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right.
Yeah, with Peyton Reed behind instead.
And it was a good movie. I like the first one better than the second one. But
yeah, I thought the second one was a little bit too funny. Like that's how I felt with Thor Ragnarok. It was too funny. It was a comedy. Yeah, it was the comedy. And everyone kept telling me, it's more of a comedy. And I'm like, really? And I watched it. I'm like, yeah, it feels like more of a comedy. It's too many one-liners. But it didn't take away from the movie, though.
Does Taika Waititi have the ability to do anything else besides comedy? You know, I don't know.
He directed episode 8 of The Mandalorian.
He did.
Which basically was like his audition to the Star Wars movie, because after that, it was announced that he's going to direct his own Star Wars movie.
And he voiced G13 or whatever his name was.
Yes, he did. Yeah, IG-11.
The IG-11, yeah, the 4 lines he had through the whole series. It was still super cool. I need to catch up on that.
Hey guys, real quick, I wanted to kind of go over the next few weeks for those who are watching. For you guys, in case you guys don't know, you guys probably know. Next week on Friday, the 27th, we got PJ Harshma, who is an Emmy nominee of the show Con Men, also the hit show Retro Replay on YouTube. So he'll be on with us. So he's a producer of those, and it's good to have the differences of whether we have a game creator and producers and gamers. I like the way it's changing. December is going to be pretty hot too, like November. We're gonna have on the Friday, we'll have a back-to-back. You guys can join either both or whichever time. Adam Thomas, he's a Sonic artist, so I'm gonna bring him on the 4th, December 4th. And the same day, we're gonna have Jamie Martellaro, who was normally supposed to be on today, the guy who's a voice of Prince Sidon from Zelda Breath of the Wild. He was normally gonna be on today. Again, he's on the 4th of let me see if back on December. Here, 4th of December. And then on the 10th, we got Brian Drummond, who is the voice of Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z. On the 10th, he chose Thursdays, which is fine. I could do Thursdays. For anyone can do a Thursday. On the 11th, we actually got something that was kind of special for some of you guys. I actually wanted to recognize his channel for growing as he's been doing. He's a big Pokemon geek. We're going to be interviewing Black Pokemon Trainer. We're just going to go on and talk about him. You know, I want him to kind of go in more because I don't think we ever had the chance to do an in-depth on his gaming life story. So we're going to do that with him. On the 17th, on Thursday, we actually have Larry Kenny, who is the voice of Lino from Thundercats from the 80s.
Oh, wow.
That will be
that's gonna be fun.
That will be on the 17th.
So hard. I'm going to geek out. So say the thing. Say the thing.
Yeah, you know, like we got him on the 17th on Thursday. So, and everyone, all you guys are welcome. Zach, you can come on too if you want to join us. That day is big. And then on the 18th, everybody is invited who's ever been on the podcast from day one. From all the guests, I'm going to invite everyone. So December 18th is the Gamerz Realm Holiday Greetings podcast, where we just kind of greet everyone who's watching and just go a little, try to do something we're going to try to push that one stream as much as the rest. it's something special for everyone. Just kind of greetings to everyone. Hopefully, wishing everyone a Merry Christmas or holiday kind of thing. So I got other people who some of the past guests voice actors who will have decided to also appear that day. So we want to just kind of get everyone together that day. It's gonna be a bunch of us in a room, so it's gonna be cool. We'll take turns. We'll have someone moderate the entire thing, and just kind of go over all those kind of again greetings. I think it's cool. So all right, let's go back to action. Who was talking?
I do have a question though. Like just for everybody, this kind of popped in my head. We all know that this almost 6-month 35-year anniversary of Mario. What do you think how do you think they're gonna end it? Like what is it, like the end of March or like mid-March they're gonna end it? I think besides the rumored Switch Pro, how do you think is gonna be like that big heavy hitter ending? Like we're gonna get like a new Mario title or something crazy, like anything, any like speculations of what we might be getting at the end of that celebration?
That is a good question.
Let me see. I'm thinking they've done a lot for us already, but I don't think they're finished. I'm clueless, but in a way, like what? But I still think they're gonna have something for us before the end of the year. That's what I'm thinking.
I agree with that too.
I think it could be even the Game Awards on the 10th. Of December 10th. It's the Game Awards. So if any of you guys haven't, just go to GameAwards.com and vote and log into your Twitter, whatever. I did all my voting, and I am going to confess Game of the Year. I'm giving it to Animal Crossing, just so you guys know. So
I agree.
But I can go for any other winners too. It can, other choices. But it's a long list of things. Get your chance to be a part of that, and then find out what it is. I think that like last time there was Reggie Fils-Aimé was in it too. I think there wasn't much going on, but they're hoping that this year is more than last year. They want to give us a spoiler because it's been a tough year. I'm hoping that they just want to give us the goods, maybe some new game announcements, maybe a view of the new Zelda game. I don't know. Just maybe something on Metroid for real. Give me something. I'm sick of this shit, man. I want some Metroid Prime trilogy. I want Metroid Prime 4.
Yes.
I want something because that's what we want,
No,
so
canceled.
all right, who's next? Chichuki, what do you expect? What about you?
What do I think? I think we could get a brand new Mario game. I don't think we're gonna get much at the Game Awards because I think this year they think people aren't gonna watch it because people have kind of like tuned it out. Other than last year for the announcements anyway, I don't think we're getting anything there. I don't think Nintendo is done for the year. I don't know if that's going to be Mario related or it's going to be anything related. I know there's Pokemon rumors going around online. I know you got your Metroid Prime rumors going around. I mean, you could get Breath of the Wild.
What'd you hear recently?
Nothing. They canceled.
Damn it! They canceled son of a.
I was like, don't mention Metroid Prime right now, man. He's too raw.
That is my most wanted.
He's too raw.
That's been pushed back to 2060.
Son of a. I'll be too old by then. Forget it.
Some guy in the Midwest decided to get it canceled. That was you.
Oh god.
I don't know,
So,
man.
I actually am not going to be able to make it for this whole podcast. I told Andres earlier that I would be here until around 8:30 Central Time.
Okay,
so
thank
I
you.
actually got to get going. But to answer your question, Kotetsu, I don't know what they would do to celebrate the end of Mario's 35th anniversary. However, at the end of Mario's 35th anniversary, we would be going into Zelda's 35th anniversary.
Oh, okay.
And March is when the Switch came out with the launch title Breath of the Wild. So I think in March we will either get the official Breath of the Wild 2 release date announcement or the game will actually be coming out in March, and that's how they'll kick off Zelda's 35th anniversary.
Just mess with everyone's mind at the end.
Yeah.
But I do have to go. It was really awesome chatting with you guys. I'm glad I could finally join Mr. Switch. I know you invited me last week, but I just was working on a lot of stuff. As you can kind of see the mess on the ground over here, I'm still kind of working on a lot of stuff.
Do what you got to
renovating
do
my
for
booth.
sure. I appreciate you stopping by, and we'll hit you up for the future episodes coming up. You heard it. So if you're interested in any of them, make some space, make some time for us.
For sure. Much love, everybody.
All right, Zach, you take care.
Yep. All right. You were saying how much you love me, Chichuki?
Yes, sure. I love you so much so that Metroid has canceled their whole operations.
Damn it!
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Ryan, let me just grab some. I do disagree with Young Calves because I don't think they're gonna spring into Zelda's 35th at the end of Mario's. I think we're gonna get like a month or two in between,
like a rest stop.
Yeah, like they'll give us something at December or January. Say the hell with you for February, and then March they'll hit the ground running with Zelda, and then maybe we'll get a couple of 3D remakes.
I think it'll be cool.
A brand new one. I don't want Skyward Sword being remade anytime soon.
Yeah, I agree.
I want a link to the Zelda Ocarina of Time remake, or they would have done too many.
I mean, we've had Ocarina of Time already a few times. I mean, if they want to just say, okay, you're getting every Zelda game in the 35th anniversary, that's fine. But if I want to see the Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages on something, as well as a Link Between Worlds again. That would be something. That
I want highlight Twilight Princess at least HD or something.
See, if they do that, they gotta see. I think if they do something like that, we can't get that whole Super Mario 3, the Super Mario 3D All Stars thing with Super Mario 64. They were talking about, hey, you get full HD on your thing, but it still like doesn't even fit the entire screen. It's like, I was like, yo, you said we're getting full HD and it's not even like full res on my TV or on my on handheld mode.
You just gotta talk to Ryan and he'll give you the right cables.
That's right. I can hook it up.
So when you're talking about the Raspberry Pi and you said that it came in full res and stuff like that, looked great. Is that full screen or does it still have the bars on the side?
It's full. Oh, go ahead, guys.
It's doing what it's supposed to do. If the game was originally made in 4.3, it's going to be in 4.3.
Oh, okay.
But it's going to be upscaled to, I believe, 720p for resolution. So it looks pretty good. It's nice and crisp.
Nice.
Check out my video. I have it on. I put it up about 2 days ago to show you guys. I showed you guys the Raspberry Pi and the Super Nintendo, how it looks between 3 different cables from a Walmart brand to the other brands that I had to I showed. So.
I do want to say that I do agree with that Nintendo isn't done with this year. It's just so close, you know what I mean? Like December is the last month of the year, and so far we've seen nothing but out of nowhere surprise announcements. Like I can for sure say, the first one was definitely Paper Mario. We were just like, wait, we're getting Paper Mario? When? Oh, next month. We're like, what? Like, what? Next month we're getting a paper? We're not even ready yet.
I don't even got enough money, damn it. How many games I gotta sell?
It's great. It did just appear out of nowhere.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden they said, yo, you guys are getting Pikmin 3. I'm like, oh, I never tried Pikmin, but I played the demo and it's actually really cool. I like the vibe of Pikmin 3. It's actually really cool.
I love the first one. I did. I spent a lot of time on that one. I played the second one. I didn't spend so much time on it, but just hearing just now that there's going to be a 3 coming out.
Oh, it's already out.
Is it out now? Here. Well, I'm going to go get it right now.
Go right now.
Right now.
It's here. And then I think, and then everyone anticipated a 3D All-Star, Mario 3D All-Stars. Everyone was anticipating it. I think we even talked about it a couple times, and then it's here. And then, of course, another big out of the blue was Age of Calamity, where everyone was like, wait, what? We're getting a Hyrule Warriors? When? In 2 months. We're like, oh my God, Nintendo. So I hope that Age of Calamity isn't the thing that's going to help them sell their holiday, their holiday stuff. I'm hoping that we do get like a last minute mid-December launch that people are just like, okay, now holidays are gonna like be buying Switches and the game that they have their holiday game and all that stuff. And I think just like Mr. Switch said, I would hope that the Game Awards will be the time that they announce whatever last minute thing they have to announce.
I hope so.
But then at the same time, I do agree with I do agree with God, I cannot say your name now. I had your name in my head, Steve, and I can't say it. But last year was just bad. Last year was bad. They just didn't have enough announcements.
I think they're recognizing that.
Yeah, and they ended the show with the Fast and Furious trailer, and we're we're like, what?
Yeah. Like, what is this?
Yeah, they ended, and I'm sitting there like, is that it? Like, please don't tell me you're ending it off with that, because last year you ended it off with Smash Bros. And the character announcement we're getting. That's how you guys ended it, like crazy, and you guys are gonna end it like that. So I'm hoping that this year is a little bit better than it was last year.
I don't know. I wouldn't get my hopes up for it. You know, I think in the pandemic year, and then considering how everyone is doing things from home and everything, I think they're just gonna be like, all right, here's a trailer, enjoy it, and whatever happens.
I don't think they're gonna do like a full-on show. They're gonna do like their nominees, who won, their little small nominees that they're whatever, and then their big game that won game of the year, and then they're gonna end it off with some trailer that everyone is going to be like, oh my god,
it's gonna be Metroid.
I love how you're holding out on that. You're holding out on Metroid hard.
Metroid would be a good one.
I thought I heard that they were going to bring a Metroid. I thought they said that, I heard this as a rumor, that they're going to bring back one of the re-releases on Metroid for the 3DS to the Switch. I thought I heard that somewhere.
It's gotta be Switch.
Yeah, like I thought I heard that they were gonna. What was it? It was the re-release of one of the Metroid games that they brought to the 3DS. I thought I heard that they're gonna bring that one to the Switch, or the company that made that one, they're gonna make another one for the Nintendo Switch, just to kind of hold this off until Prime comes out.
That might be more understandable if they bring like Rezo working on a Zelda game when they've worked on Zelda games before. Like Metroid. If they're gonna do that, then you could see them do Samus Returns.
Samus Returns, that's what it is. Yeah,
that's the 3DS
Samus
game.
Returns. That's what it is.
Yeah, Lily's teasing me on the live chat. I mean, Samus and I really need to go on a date, so we got to have that game soon. It's gonna happen soon.
All right, you know what? I got a question for Mr. Switch, man. Since he's on this Metroid kick,
let's go.
All right, so I don't think I've heard you mention this. I know you love the series. I played it a couple times. I like the first one. I haven't played the other ones. I would say rank for your own bias perspective. Rank each game from 5 to 1. Like 1 being the
Metroid?
best. Yeah,
Metroid. Okay, let's see. Because I played all of them.
So, I know.
Out of the entire series, I love my first choice. You see, from least to
yeah.
I'm gonna go least to. It's kind of crazy.
Can't even come up with
Metroid
a scoring system. How are you gonna do this?
It's kind of crazy. My least to most popular one is like 1 and 2, part 1 and 2. I mean, I like them all, but I would say least 1 and 2, Metroid 1 and 2. And then followed by the Prime series, 1, 2, and 3. I love those. And then I would say, Samus Return I don't know. It's kind of like in between. I think it's right behind the Prime series. But my top overall will be Super Metroid, hands down, my favorite one of all of it, period. And then I'll go with the Prime. And then I'll go with Samus Returns. I think there was another one like pinball one. I don't even. That's
that one. Yeah,
I get it. I don't count that.
What about Other M? What about Other M?
Oh yeah, Other M.
Oh, the Other M.
Yes. No. I remember that. That was a difficult one. I liked it, and then also kind of like felt weird about it. It was just like good, and then I still liked it, but I think it could have been a lot better. I loved her voice. I don't know. I just loved Samus's voice. But let's see. I will put that behind, right behind again, Super Metroid, the trilogy of Prime, and then I'll give it right behind. Now then I'm gonna do Samus Returns, and then Other M.
Uh,
And then last two.
I gotta say my number one is Metroid Fusion. That's like my favorite Metroid game. Metroid Fusion was Metroid. I know you forget the ones that
There's
you
so
played
many
them all.
wait, yeah, back. Remember, boom, boom. There it is. This keeps getting me in the head, man.
I like Metroid Fusion because it was just so scary. I like Metroid Fusion. It was like if you would run into your infected, the infected suit, you just get owned like right away. So you like had to stay low profile.
Man, that pissed me off a lot. Run my ass away, like, come on.
I love the story. How it was like your suit gets infected, and so it's running on its own, but you have this new suit from that infection, but it's nowhere close to your old suit that has all of your old powers. So you can't go up against it. So whenever you run into it, you had to run the opposite way. So that's what I kind of loved about that.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. What time is it right now? Let's get it at a 10-minute mark. So, well, right now it's we've been on for about now. 10 more minutes, guys. So, anyone got a topic they want to bring up before we close up? Last minute stuff. How much they want to appreciate who I am.
Yeah.
How much you guys love me.
Well, hey, did you get the email? Midwest Classic for next year, 2021, November.
Midwest. Say that again.
The Midwest. They said the Midwest Classic is going to happen next year in November. I just got an email.
Yeah, that should be right about it. So we're gonna go to it.
Yep, I'm going.
I think I will too. Yeah, that sounds good.
You know what? We didn't hear this, and you were saying you're going to tell us your experience with the PS5. You were going to talk about that.
Oh yeah.
You're going to talk about.
I'll try and make it quick. I don't want to.
I don't know. We only got 10 minutes left.
I'm not. That's what I'm trying to make it quick. I'm gonna try to do it in a minute. PS5. So far, I do love Call of Duty, Cold War. It's great. It really shows the power of the PS5. I like that. I love who has it here right now? Anyone?
I'm trying to get mine on Wednesday.
Okay.
May get one.
All right. I do like I still don't like the design. I'm okay, but I still don't like it. Looks like a big heater. Like it's a heater and fan in one. I'm looking at it right now. I mean,
which one did you get? You got the hard disk drive one.
Yeah, so it's just kind of
it is pretty bulky, I'll tell you that.
I think I want overall the experience gaming it, the controller it's just super cool. It feels great. It's just kind of whenever you there's that free games, a little guy that you play, and you gotta do a lot of with the touch screen here.
Oh, it's like Astro,
yeah. So
yeah,
with that, there's parts in the game that it shows you how whenever it's raining, like hail in one part of the game, you feel like every droplet like right on the controller, and it feels cool and it sounds cool. You have to also blow air into here. I think you should do that on the
gamepad,
right?
Yeah.
They copied Nintendo, right?
For the Wii U, 100%. They jacked Nintendo.
But you did it on you did it on the DS too. You can when you were playing one Zelda game, you blow in the speaker and you blow out a can.
I put it on my fan. I was like this. Hey, work.
Because you got tired of blowing, man. Let me use my fan and just do this.
So I mean, it's really a great experience. I do like it a lot. I'm playing The Last of Us remastered. I think it looks better than it did on PS4. Let's see. Any other? Besides Cyberpunk is coming later. But so far my experience is a good one. I was watching this movie last night. If you guys probably know about this.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, Grandma's voice.
I put it in, man.
God.
It's cool, just you can do everything. I got the remote, so I'm just using this when I'm watching the movie, pop it into YouTube. So again, it's a great experience. I would actually like to have a Xbox next year. I got to handle a few things first because a lot of these things are everything I do here is besides trade-ins, but I won't be able to trade in forever because eventually my ass got to get back to work. I'm hoping for that big stimulus check coming soon. I keep talking about that. So they're saying, so if Nintendo or if everyone does things right and our damn government wants to do something right, Give us that money for the holidays. Let's spend it. Things like that. You know, it's get the economy working again. We're not gonna go political now. I'm just saying. So, what would you guys buy if you guys had besides, I mean, the best choice for us if things are troubled, we got to be smart and buy food and things like that. But if you were to buy something gaming with a check of stimulus, what would you buy if it was a gaming thing?
I'd get the Xbox Series X for sure.
Xbox Series,
you know, because I have an Xbox One now, and I've been an Xbox guy. I think, you know, I was saying before, I haven't had a PlayStation since PlayStation 2, just because, you know, I've had the gamer tag and the account and all the stuff, so I just stuck with Xbox. So, you know, I have my Xbox One. Definitely, I would get Xbox Series X because it looks so damn cool.
It does.
You know?
I actually like the design better.
Yeah, this more. Yeah. And even the Series S is like smaller, so it's like, yo, like PlayStation, what are you doing? Like they're able to do the same. They compacted everything in this small little thing. What are you guys doing?
Yeah, it looks like my Amazon Echo, the Alexa thing, the little tower, only square. You know, it's.
I saw a guy on Twitter. He actually bought his PS5, walked out, opened it, and smashed it on the ground.
Yeah.
I saw that.
This dude's looking for so much attention.
Wait, hold on.
There was a guy that put it in the bathtub too.
I think there was like I heard someone do that, but he's like a huge YouTuber, so whatever money he just wasted, he got like 10 times that back.
Even
stuff like that.
I just think it's wrong, man. I never appreciate damaging something that's, you know, someone else could have had. But anyways, all right. So I'm done blabbing. So who wants to go next and finish up any?
All right, give me one reason to not get a PS5.
Not get PS5.
Not like I don't want to, but you be on the other side. Give everyone a reason that you might have wanted to know before you bought it. Now that you have it, you're like, shit, now this part sucks. I don't like it. This part. Like one part. You're doing the negative.
I keep staring at it right now. I hate the look. I don't like the design, period. Okay. So I'm just like, and to me, it's almost like it's just another upgraded, powerful machine. PCs can still be more powerful, things like that.
Always.
And it's just like, you know, I wouldn't spend my hard-earned cash on something like that. I just luckily had enough to trade in with old systems like the PS4 and the Switch, another Switch I had, and put games under it. But honestly, I would rather put cash of my hard-earned money when I start working on an Xbox than a PS5.
Okay, so when you think they make a new one, like in a year and a half, and it's smaller, you think that'll get it?
In 5 years, I'm gonna be trading this for the PS6.
And if they went ahead with making these customization little slots on it, like the plastic coverings and everything that they said they were gonna do, but then they were getting like third-hand stores that were like already getting sued for this because they didn't have the specs or whatever. Would that make the look better?
Could be. I'm just gonna say this real quick. I could transfer my Switch easily in this bag. I don't know what the hell am I gonna transfer this PS5 in. I gotta get my gym bag.
You're not buying.
I gotta get my gym bag.
They purposely did that because they got sick and tired of people getting their PS4s jacked when they bring them over their friend's house.
Yeah.
Now they made them this huge freaking like looks like a space heater, so no one would take.
My son is gonna have it. My son's gonna get it in his house soon because I got it mainly for his choice, but I'm enjoying it now. But I know he's gonna have it soon, and then it's gonna go back and forth to our house. So I do have a big gym bag that I'm gonna put like some towels and put it in there. It's ridiculous the way we gotta do this with this mumbo jumbo thing. It looks like a mini fridge I got right here or something. Either way, I am enjoying the system. It's fun. The controllers are really awesome. I'm sure we're not going to get any kind of thing like this issues, but it is smooth and it's probably one of the best controllers I've held. But it's cool.
I have one last question before we. Go ahead, Bacon. If you're going to say something,
it kind of resembles, and I'm not saying anything, but it kind of resembles an Xbox controller now.
It does.
Compared to earlier.
Wait, Mr. Sis, hold that up real quick. I have mine right here. Hold it up real quick.
Resembles this.
I have my Switch Pro right here, man. I have my Switch Pro right here.
Wii U controller kind of looks a lot like it.
Oh gosh. So just last question before we head out. I know we got a minute left. Were you able to, all the games you have on your PS4, were you able to transfer most of them, or if not all of them, over to your PS5?
You mean the game saves?
No, like the games themselves. Like, were you able to do backwards? Like, I know you said you're playing Last of Us, but I know you have some other. I'm pretty sure you have some other ones in your log. Were you able
The Last of Us? A lot of those games, there's a ton of games that when you got the PlayStation Plus that you get for free for being a Plus member,
right?
Kind of thing. You get a bunch of that. You can transfer all your saves and your trophies and everything. The only thing I don't think you could, unless you had both systems together. But I sold it first, so any games I downloaded on there, I cannot have any longer.
Really? Like you can't go to your download list and pull them from your download list? I'm gonna have to
look into that because my son knows more about that part. But he claims that everything is saved. Like there was some type of back thing he did to back it up.
Yeah, because I know I know there's a cloud for save, but I mean like the games themselves. Like you can if you say for me, like I bought I have like God of War or something for my PS4, and I go to my PS5. Can I go to my PS5, go to my library on my PSN account, and just download it straight from my library?
Yeah. If you already bought it, if it's already yours to own all that stuff on your PS4, yes, you can get all that.
Bring it over on PS5.
Yes, you can. You just have to re-download them.
That's fine. I'll do it.
Yeah, so I mean, again, just I don't know, which one are you getting? Are you getting the digital or the?
I'm getting the digital one because it's cheaper. So like without shelling out another $100.
Don't you know what does suck for Chichuki? I'll tell you this. Maybe another reason why not to, in a way, is that I've already downloaded a few games and I'm already running out of memory so quick. Like, really? Can I have more space in this damn thing?
Because I think they said that the standard is 875 or 825, but then after your system updates and all that stuff, it goes down to like 675 or something like that.
So I'm already about to burn out, and so I'm like, man, I gotta buy some kind of jumbo memory card or something like that. I think
they said they're gonna have them, but I don't know when. But they said they're gonna have external
I'll tell
drives.
you one thing, guarantee you for myself, I got so much more. Like I'm gonna play whatever I can on this PS5, but eventually. More of my backlog is always going to be on the Nintendo Switch. I'm going to be playing that a lot more anyways. I'm still going to be on my Nintendo Switch with Hyrule Warriors or my backlog that I got from Ghostbusters to all the Assassin's Creeds I want to play through. I'm still going to be playing that more. Then I'm just playing this for like a moment, and until my son steals it from me for the holidays, he steals it from me. That's fine, let him enjoy it for now.
You got to make up for Waifu Uncovered that you haven't finished.
Right, I have to. So let's see. Hold on. Right now it's 9:02. All right, guys, let's get to the finish here. Any last statements? Anything you want to say, Kotetsu, before we go?
Thank you for having me. Of course, you guys can always check me out on my channel, Kotetsu Tokai. It's the same as the name. On YouTube, you guys can check us out we have a podcast. We're recording a podcast tomorrow, so that should be up probably Sunday or Monday.
Yeah.
And I hope I like being here. Like I said, I love doing podcasts. I like being here and hanging out with you guys. So you guys will probably see me a lot more during these coming months and hopefully to next year as well. So
yes, for sure. I appreciate you coming down. And whenever you're ready for me, if you want to jump in just to conversate with us, I can add you into the Gamerz From group and we can chit chat with you. If you want to be added to it, I'll add you in.
Yeah, sure.
Your information is in there again in the description, and we'll be moving forward with anything that you have. Again, your podcast is now on there too, so I'm glad to also help with that too. And for you and Cliff and your other guy, what's the other guy's name?
Adam, yeah.
And Adam. All right, so Ryan, anything last?
Oh, I love being on here every week. Every week, I just like hearing, seeing new people. Like this week, we had that guy on, the champion Nintendo player.
Zach
is a good guy. And then we got a new member of this crew. Man, that's awesome. We're both 1977 born, which is cool. He started Atari, so loving that. So I'm gonna hit him up on Atari stuff later.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, and like I said, every week I just enjoy talking to you guys and love being on here, and hope to be on here for the next couple months, maybe years. We'll see how things go.
We'll do our best we can to keep improving. And it just started in April, and we're kicking some ass here. So we're doing good. Chichuki.
I want to thank everyone who came in to watch. Thank KOTETSU, Ryan, and welcome Bacon into the Gamerz Realm family.
Thank you.
I don't really have anything. I mean,
besides how much you love me, no.
Sure,
okay.
That's it. Yeah. when do I
Just-
start getting?
Just go ahead and tell him you love him so he can stop bringing it up. Just tell him. Tell him you love him so he can stop.
I get to be told?
I love all you
love
guys,
me.
man. Don't you forget it. All right, let's see. And how about you, Awaken?
This has been a blast, man. I've enjoyed talking to you guys and talking about everything we've talked about today. Super fun. I look forward to, being here in the weeks to come, if you'll have me, and thanks for having me on. I won't be able to make it next week because I'll be so far out in the country that they barely know what internet is out there. But besides that, if I just want to throw something out there, I do stream Monday through Friday. Usually I'm a morning time streamer. So, I'm usually on there like 9 to 2
Twitch,
to 3.
YouTube?
Yeah, Twitch. And then I'll do the occasional YouTube channel or YouTube video. But yeah, it's the same name, Awaken Bacon. If you ever want to, come by, if you're up in the morning Central Time, come check me out and hang out there for a minute too. That'd be great. But yeah, thanks for having me. And I'm totally on board to come back if you'll.
Awesome. Yes. And we are going to have you back next week. Of course, is the holiday. So most of you guys are going to be possibly family. I understand that. But we on Friday, we do got something going on for those who can make it. Awaken, we do. Again, I still have your stuff on the description, all your channels of Twitch. I'm going to make sure what's that thing when you do when you follow on Twitter, that notification bell, I'll make sure I'm following you guys. So when you guys post something, make sure you post what you're doing so I can retweet into my Twitter so we can get more people to know. And that way we can help keep introducing you guys to the, and all around so we can keep supporting each other. So yes, after you come back, we'll stay in contact. You can always chat with us in the group. Let's see. I want to thank everyone for joining tonight. KOTETSU, thanks for coming back again. Ryan, Switch. It says Switch loves me on there.
See,
Oh my god,
dude! I didn't even notice that.
Where did that happen?
He got me back.
You gotta watch everything.
Switch. Chichuki does say Switch loves me. I love you guys. You guys are cool, man. Thank you too. I'm glad to have our new member Awaken. Right from when I started talking to him this morning, it was just like right away. It's like, dude, this dude's cool. We got him. So it's awesome. We got a lot of great things going on in December, and it's going to be awesome. And we got things going on in the new year. I want to start off the new year, just January. We're just hitting up just us. And then in February, we're going to go back and we're going to switch it. Us guests, so that we still have that time. Because we do want to talk our game talk. We do want to have our segments like we got Xavier's segment when he talks a lot about modding and things like that, and whatever segments you guys want to bring on. So this is something we just, we love to do, so we can keep expressing ourselves. Because if we're doing every single week, it's fun doing the voice actors and other people, and we're more about them, which is good. But I also want to know more about what you guys are up to, and keep talking. So if you guys have any videos you guys want to post about yourselves and talk about what you do, send me a video, and I want to keep posting if you have something to share on the Gamerz Realm, because that's where we all share everything we do. Again, put your stuff on your channel, and I'll relink it and whatever. We'll just keep supporting each other. So I'm gonna keep blabbing too much. I'm gonna let you guys go. Everyone go. Let me get to the make sure I go to my option here when I can close on here. Okay. Give me one sec, guys. I think I'm hearing myself again. Oh, there you go. I got it. All right, then thank you for everyone in the live chat. For everyone from Cliff to Liliana, and it was awesome to have Phil Adams jump in too. And either way, we will all see you guys on next time. So take care. The Gamerz Realm podcast, and we are out of here.
You guys
Take care, guys.
Take care.
See you guys.
Later.
All right, guys, we are off. We are off.